Hey YouTube, how's it going? Anyways, I got an update for you, and that is about the Lorica Segmentata that I said I was going to finish up. So this is great. You're going to like this. So we are going to go ahead and flip the camera view, and then we're going to go into explaining the materials and the things that I used and all that. Okay, so here we are. We're going to talk about the armor and the tools and things that we're going to need, and everything. This is 20 gauge sheet metal you can get from any Home Depot or Lowe's. It's not heavy enough to be real armor, but it makes it a little bit lighter, and you can make it look like 18 gauge. I just went and I folded in all the sides here to make it thicker than it really is. I based this Lorica Segmentata off of Ryse Son of Rome. So you see these stepped in here, these plates that go all the way down. Now you're gonna notice that I have some goofs on this. My first set of functioning prop armor. So I call it prop armor because it's 20 gauge, not 18 gauge. It can't take the same weapon damage like a real set could with the 18 gauge. Now I used a combination of quite a few things like pop rivets, and I did some traditional copper riveting for this. This is real brass. This is 18 gauge brass that I made the hinges out of. This is 8 gauge copper grounding wire. This is going to be your best option for making copper rivets because it's annealed and it's cheap compared to buying copper rod online. It is much more. For 15 bucks you get 25 feet of 8 gauge copper rod. And in the places where you need extra backing, I use these washers. I can't tell you what size washer this is, but it'd be easy to find. It slips right over the 8 gauge wire. I also use it on when I'm doing iron nail rivets. When I use carpenter's nails for doing rivets. Tools you're gonna need. This is a 12-ounce ball peen and an 8-ounce ball peen. I used the combination of this. You're going to need what is called a riveting post. This is really easy to make. This is a 5/8 sucker rod you can get from any hardware store. You have to drill the hole and then use a bigger drill bit to make the indentation to set the rivet on the other side. So when you flip it over and do the riveting, I found out that I actually like doing the rivets with the ball peen instead of using a rivet head setter. See, I went and I created this, and it works nice, but it doesn't work as good as doing the hammer work yourself. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you the inside of this now. You can see the loop ties here are actual brass. On the other side, they're aluminum. I was just seeing what aluminum, how it worked, and see. So I try to copy as much detail as I could off of the Ryse Son of Rome armor. I went with a different plate configuration. I wasn't quite sure how to get the same exact look as you see on the game, so I went with a traditional, hookup, or a semi-traditional. I went and brought out my own flanges here and riveted them in to rivet in here so they butt up evenly. I used nylon strapping because you don't have to take care of the nylon strapping. So I don't have to worry about nylon strapping cracking or wearing out on me. If you use real leather, you'll have to oil your leather and take care of it. This gives you an option of durability that you would versus the leather. And it works the same exact way. This 1-inch nylon strapping. This is like a 1/4 of an inch nylon strapping. Yeah, so I like this option. You do have to burn the holes in it though. When using nylon strapping, you got to melt the holes in it so that it doesn't, you know, fray or wear out of itself. You need you can get yourself in this armor, but you need someone to help you out of it. So, yeah, you definitely, I would suggest help getting in and out of the armor. Definitely. But it fits a little tight, but it's good. See, I went and I used the fancy flares. I used the same angle here for the Pauldrons. You see, everything functions like traditional Roman armor. Like I said, I used pop rivets for underneath all of these just because it was a little easier. It was faster. You can use pop rivets for everything if you really want. And then what I do is I peen these over to give them a look of a real rivet. You could paint them just to give them a little bit of a little extra dress up if you want to make a prop set like I'm going to make. I'm going with a black theme. I have a black war skirt. I'm using black straps. These are the pins for the front. I have to dress these up and make them so that they set in a little bit better. And then, of course, you need a vise. You have to have a vise. This is my my Irwin Accord. This one's got 3 axes here, or 2 axes if you want to say it. This rotates this way, and it rotates that way, which is great. It's nice. Gives you more access points. I have a small. This is my old vise that broke on me so many times I had to repair it like 3 or 4 different times. It couldn't keep up with the beating. This one's a lot better. I like this. $100, great. But you definitely need a vise. I used this to clean up the steel. But the thing is with steel, it's already rusting. You're seeing the prints and everything because I used a brass wire brush to clean it up. But you see when you put, like, these are hand prints. This is from my hand. You're going to have to take some steel wool. And you're going to have to, I would definitely keep this inside. This has been outside a little bit. That's why it's rusted on me. You see that? That's from fingerprints. That's my fingerprint right there. But if you keep it inside, it won't rust. Keep it inside. I'm going to have to oil it. I haven't oiled it yet. I'm gonna clean it back up with a brass brush and some steel wool, and then I'll oil it. The inside I really don't care about too much. I'll just throw a little bit of oil on the inside, and that will substitute that rusting. But nylon is a good alternative, and it's cheaper than the actual leather. And plus, if you make a mistake with it, it's no big deal. The leather, it kind of hurts to make a mistake because it's more expensive. But there's my set of Lorica Segmentata. I've taken other pictures and stuff. I'm going to give you a little look on the inside here. So you see how it's at. There's only one strap right there. This is there. It's supposed to flow and flip. There's 3 straps connecting all those 5 plates. And then only one strap in the middle connecting on top. And then it has this nice free range. See that? So it can move with your body. And that actually stays in place quite well. You'd be amazed. So another reason is if you plan on making your own set of armor, you know, dredging up all the really good, you know, photos on armor, it doesn't exactly show you everything, how everything's attached. And I really wanted to show you because I had some serious, like, stressing out on how to figure out how to attach everything. I got good information on the girder plates, on how to attach the girder plates like this. See, girder plates go right in there. I'm gonna show you the other side where this is attached. It's actually better to attach it to this one all the way down. I think I should have used these straps for this side as well. It would have been better. Then I could have just, you know, connected them all the way up. It would have been a better way to do it. But it was my first, you know, full set of metal armor. So it's a learning experience, you know. That's it. Like I said, I used 20 gauge. If you want to go ahead and use 18 gauge, then it'll be more of an actual functional solid set of armor. Like I said, I used aluminum on here. I really didn't like the aluminum. Aluminum's a little touchy compared to the brass. I'm not going to change these out for brass ones because this is just a fantasy set. For Halloween, I just wanted to look cool for Halloween. And it's my first set of armor. It was a big learning process. But, okay, here's another thing I'm going to explain. I did individual laces, and there's a reason for that. If you do like the shoelace type, deal, it's going to scrunch these plates up and take the length off of your plates. Okay, you don't want that. That's going to be a pain in the ass because that shortens it up. So your initial measurement's not going to be correct if you do that. So I would not recommend it. Don't recommend that at all. Nope. But there, it's my armor is finished. There, another good look at how this connects. Now, I did a pop rivet here. I'm a lot smaller person, you know, I'm 5'6", I'm 135 pounds. I don't have as wide shoulders as some people. And so I've had to make adjustments after making all my templates because I did all my templates from scratch. I did my own body measurements. It was kind of a big pain in the butt. Now that I know what I know, you know, my next set will be better. You know, I'll have a much better idea on how to take care of everything. And for a few more things you must know about real armor is these plates can't be very wide. You're not going to be able to have a really good functioning set. Like this can't be very wide. This is like the maximum width that you want for somebody my size. Or you're not going to be able to clasp anything. You're not going to be able to wrap your arms around anybody. You're not going to be able to hold your weapon or your shield very good. So if you make these plates too wide, you make them the exact width of your chest across, you're not going to be able to move. Now these pauldrons is what takes care of the rest of your protection of your chest. So remember this. This is very important that you don't make these too wide. You don't make the shoulder things too wide. Now, my shoulder pauldrons are on here differently than a historical set. On a historical set, they're not all the way back here. They're only covering half of the shoulder strap. Now, since I didn't do a historical set, even though it's based off of it, this is a fantasy set. So, but this is a traditional way of doing Lorica. There's two different ways. You can do a hinge or you can do a rivet. I did a rivet. Makes it harder to put the armor on if it's riveted. If you do the hinge, it's more flexible and it's going to be easier to take on and off. Now, you see I don't have the fancy circle, the brass circle things. Yeah, I didn't make any of those. Like I said, this is my first set of armor. This is basically learning how to put it together, make something cool and put it together. But I'm gonna make another set of the Ryse Son of Rome type armor. It's gonna be better. It's gonna be 18 gauge. I'm gonna try to research another way to put the breastplates in. I'm definitely gonna do the hinges next time up here instead of riveting, and all the hinges will be brass compared to the one that's in the back. But yeah, that's the finished product of my Lorica Segmentata for my Halloween costume, because this costume's been 3 years in the making. I started that armor probably a couple years ago, and I finally, you know, like I said, I put that video, said I was going to finish my projects. So now I have 3 projects down. I have 1 project left, which is that sword I started. It's not going to become a Viking style sword. It's just going to become a European arming sword. So a short arming sword. Once I make that, then I'm going to go into making some more tools. I need more tools. And also, after I put this video out, after this video is out, I'm gonna make another video about this. I just made this this summer. This was my my big tool project for the summer. This thing works great. I'll explain this and how I did it. This this right here cost me about, it's definitely under $300. I made this, the stand, everything for under $300. I bought things piece by piece until I had everything together, and then I welded it up and put it together. This thing works great. So I will definitely get you that. That's for a different time. But yep, that's my Lorica Segmentata. The basic tools that you're gonna need in order to do this. Like I said, if you do leather straps, you're gonna need a leather punch. They make these nice little leather punches. They got the leather tool punch things are like this. They're gonna look similar like this. They're gonna have a hole in the side and a hole in the bottom, and they cut by hammering down on the table. They're easy to find. You can get them on Amazon if you want to punch your own leather and make it that way. But yeah, I mean, it looks daunting at first. I hope this helps anybody who's trying to make their own Lorica or fantasy Lorica. You could do this with leather too. You can put leather together the same way. I think that would be great if you did a set in leather too. But yeah, just to give you another look of how all the plates are connected. And I think I have a few stills too that are going to go with this video. So there we have it. There we have that. And how the vise works. You lock it in there like that. And that is your rivet post. Now you can use different size rivets. They have different size copper wire at the hardware store. If you want to use different size rivets, you want to make a bigger rivet, you can. So there's no problem that they have. But this is, I like the 8 gauge. 8 gauge was fat but not too fat, and it worked really well. Okay. I also, you could do this project without a drill press. You could do it with a hand drill. It's not a necessity that you have a drill press. Even for making your riveting post, you can do this with using a hand drill. You just have to be very steady with your drill. It can be done. But this is you're going to need this. This is not an optional tool. You're going to want to make this. So 1, 2, this, and a vise. So, catch you guys later. Hey guys, how's it going? Alright, so in the middle of my Lorica Segmentata build, I've gotten the girder plates together and the breastplate together and the shoulders. I've had to make some adjustments because I'm a lot smaller person and I need smaller plates on top and in front just to be able to have this range of motion, because now I can throw a pelum if I need to, and or I can hold a shield and stab. So this is very important. I can grab a person if I need to. You know, if someone comes up to me, I can grab a hold of them. It's very important that you can at least meet your elbows just past your fingertips like this when you're wearing this stuff. I'm going with a black theme, so I'm using black leather straps. My armor's based off Ryse Son of Rome, so I've you know, cut plates to it, and I'm in the middle of putting the pauldrons on now. So I have a flare here on top. This will sit up on my shoulder, and this will hang here like this. I'm in the middle making some brass hinges, but that's where I'm at the moment. And once I get the pauldrons together and mounted on the armor, we'll do a test run. Catch you later. Oh, you popped out the pin.
Oh, I went like that in it. When I pushed my thing forward, it pushed like that.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to make a thing where that keeps it in place. Alright.
Oh, I did it.
Did you do it again?
Yeah, I got it.
Go the other way. Go the other way. Yeah, there you go.
There we go. Oh, that's wrong. Oh, it feels weird though.
Do this.
Feel the armor.
Try to touch your toes. See, the armor flexes, it moves around with you. If you need to throw a spear, you could throw a spear. See, they used a piercing weapon, so that's the...
Oh yeah, you got that good movement too.
Right? Now how far can you clasp your arms in? Like if you needed to grab somebody, you put your arms around them. So you can touch elbow to elbow, so if you needed to grab me, you could grab me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, you could throw a spear if you needed to.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
That's really good. Yeah, I know the place anyway. Awesome though.
Cool.
I feel powerful in this armor. I feel like a...
Okay.
All of that.
No, I'm probably going to try making a helmet next.
Yeah, should.
I'm going to do it out of 16 gauge, which would be nice. 16 or 14. I have to have a sheet. I actually have a sheet of 16, and that's what this is for. I'm going to make this into a see, this is about the size of a cannonball. So I'm thinking what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this off and shape it round with the rest of it. And then this part, I think I might just build up a weld until I get to the, you know, and then try to smooth that out on either side. And then I'm going to leave the bottom flat because I got to weld a piece onto it. And then that's going to be my armoring ball. And then I have a couple other things I got to build that can...
back first?
Huh?
I don't even take a picture for me. Oh, I thought you meant video. No, back. Yeah, I got you.
That's great.
That looks really shiny.
That's great.
Yeah,
well, it's steel, and then I went and I brass brushed it to clean up all the rust and everything.
Oh yeah. Oh, it looks really nice. Oh wow.
So this will look good. I got the red tunic for the late Roman army.
All right, and then we gotta get more, George. We gotta get more. All right, great. Okay. That's fine. That's fine.
So, but yeah, but right now I'm doing a prop sword because running around with a metal sword would be not so good.
I'm a photographer. I got this.
Gotta get this.
Look noble. Come on. Serious face. Look straight forward.
One second.